When we talk about the patriarchal system, we're talking about a social system that is essentially characterized by male dominance and the subjugation of women. Now, in this social system, women are subjected to gender-based violence and hindrance of social development of women in Nigeria. The reason this is so is because this social system sort of creates an environment that subjects women to violence and sort of hinders them from opportunity to allow them grow and develop as women. There are various factors or practices of patriarchal system that leads to gender-based violence and affects social development of women in Nigeria. The first one I would say is harmful gender stereotypes and norms. And what I mean by that is, in that kind of social system, men are assumed to be superior to women. Therefore, they think they have authority over them. They can exert whatever authority by any means necessary, including violence. And women are believed to have specific roles, such as belonging to the other room or other rooms, whatever the case may be, and for childbearing reasons and all of that. So there are those norms and stereotypes make men think that they are superior. Therefore, they sort of exhibit violence against the women. In patriarchal societies, girls are forced into early marriages, and this sort of truncates their development cycle, truncates their well-being and educational aspiration as well. We also know that early child marriages leads to health complications, physical assault, sexual assault for those young girls, and sort of puts them in its perpetual cycle of not really knowing what they want. Another practice I would say affects the patriarchal system is the lack of representation or decision-making by women. Now, when we talk about patriarchal system, we're talking about a system that is mainly dominated by male. So the men believe that they shouldn't consult the women for decision-making. In fact, the women are rarely represented in such setting. Therefore, you have situations where they just take decision outside of the women and just tell them, oh, this is what the men have decided, and this is really what is obtainable in such social system. Another practice I would say that really leads to gender-based violence is inadequate legal protection and enforcement for women. Imagine a society that is dominated by men, and a woman is assaulted, and you go to the police, for example, to report an assault against yourself, and you don't have adequate protection from the legal system or enforcement. This sort of creates impunity on the side of the men. And lastly, I would say is inadequate education and economic opportunities given to women. In patriarchal societies, men or boys are given opportunities to go to school first before the girls. In a family, you will see conversation around, we need to send all the male to school first before considering any girl. And this sort of creates a gender gap in terms of literacy, economic opportunity, and entrepreneurship.